It was my senior year of high school, and my friend and I had gone to, it was like a dance club, but it was, family friendly. And we had met a group of guys there, and they invited us to come to a party. Showed up at the party, and I mean, there was plenty of alcohol and everything, around. And I was kind of left on my own a little bit and didn't know anybody. So, of course, the more I drank, and just to get more in a comfortable state of mind, and eventually drank way too much and started not feeling well. So I kind of looked for a place to lay down and just kind of rest my head for a minute, just try to collect my thoughts. The next thing I remember was my friend barging in the room and yelling my name, and there was a guy on top of me. He had taken advantage of me while I was passed out. It was a few weeks later. I wasn't feeling myself, and ended up realizing, or ended up coming to the conclusion that I, in fact, was pregnant, and it was resulted from what had happened. So immediately I was upset, scared, all of the emotions that would go through a senior in high school's mind when, you're dealing with being a mom. At that point, I had decided that abortion was probably going to be my only option to be able to get my life back to normal and move on with my college plans and the rest of my life like it was supposed to be. The night before, I laid in bed, just scared, upset, and I just knew I couldn't go through with it. There was something inside of me that said this was not the right choice. And so I woke my mom up in the middle of the night, and I told her that we weren't going to go. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to do that. And she was, I think, relieved. I think she didn't want that for me either, but she was going to support me no matter what. I graduated in June, and I had Maya in September. Maya had a really rough time in middle school, as most kids do, with all the challenges that are there. But she was having a really, really hard time, and finally hit a point where we just felt we needed to get her involved in something wholesome. We needed to get her involved, give her a purpose, give her something positive to focus on. And our neighbors had been planting seeds in us for months about coming to church with them and really just trying to, get us involved. And so at that point, we decided we were gonna come to Element. And so we came with them, and we were blown away. We came back that very next week and I gave my life to Christ. That was the first time that I felt the presence of God, and I gave my life to Him, and I haven't looked back since. Maya got involved in the youth ministry. She volunteered every single week. We volunteered on the weekends. We got involved with small groups. I mean, we just felt like it was a whole new chapter of our lives. We felt like for once there was just this positivity and just something to live for, a purpose, just really gave a different perspective on life. I didn't think that I could go through with part of my life that I didn't have control over. I thought I had to have it all figured out, and that it had to be a certain cookie cutter, normal, what everyone would classify to be, this is what you're supposed to do. I thought that was how it was supposed to be. But, God has so much more and has bigger plans than you can ever imagine for yourself. And if you walk in the steps that He has put in front of you, and you follow what the Holy Spirit is saying and is cluing you into, you follow that, and more things will unfold, and you will see the blessings just pour out in your life, just as I have.